Now to a deeply emotional moment for people of faith in Canada, a historic Torah. The scroll, holy to the Jewish people, has been discovered 75 years after it was hidden during the horrors of the Holocaust. A Polish shepherd hid the Torah, fulfilling the final wish of a rabbi whose village would be murdered by the Nazis. Now the badly damaged Torah has been recovered and Holocaust survivors are restoring it letter by letter. Joining us now is Johnny Daniels, founder and executive director of From the Depths, a nonprofit group that works with Holocaust memorials around the world. Mr. Daniels, welcome to the show. Great to have you here on set with us here today. I understand you discovered this 5 years ago, but now just being able to work on it again because of the pandemic. But tell us what the moment was like when you discovered that you'd found this Torah.
Thank you so much for having me, first of all. It was a remarkable moment. You know, our foundation works a lot on the ground, supporting righteous amongst the nations. Christians often who saved Jews during the Second World War and so much more. And a lot of what we do is look for uncovered heritage and history that was lost during the war. And when we discovered this Torah, this holy book for the Jewish people, kept by this shepherd as a final wish for his neighbor, the rabbi, it was a remarkably emotional moment. You know, I cried, he cried, we really just were overcome with emotion. This rabbi gave it to him and said, look after this until I come back, or another Jew comes and knows what to do. All the Jews of the village were killed that very day in Treblinka concentration camp. And it took 75 years for a Jew to come back, and I'm blessed and lucky that it was me.
You now have Holocaust survivors from all over the world working on this, rewriting it letter by letter. What is that experience like for them?
For them, it's a deeply emotional experience. For them, it gives them a chance to connect to this book. You see, the Torah is us as a people. It's who we are. You know, Jews are often called the people of the book. That's the book that they're referring to. And the fact that they're able to really take a part in restoring this scroll, which is a survivor in itself, and have them rewrite these missing letters, together reunifying and bringing this back to life, is a remarkably powerful experience. Just this week, one of the survivors in Toronto who we were with, she said to me, I never got a chance to celebrate my bat mitzvah, her coming of age, because I was in the concentration camps. Now, all these years later, as an old woman, I feel like I'm celebrating this for the first time. And that really got to me on a level that is very difficult to explain.
That's powerful to hear. You know, oftentimes the Holocaust, it was such a long time ago for many people, especially younger generations don't remember that happening. How important is it that people try to find a Holocaust survivor or interact with them in some way, read their stories, so that they can understand what happened to the Jewish people?
It's crucial. It's crucial because it gives us an understanding of what happened. And it really wasn't a long time ago, as you just said. It was just ended 75, 80 years ago. This is not a long time. And the fact is that there are still people amongst us, sadly not that many, because it's a generation that's dying out. And when we want to understand how we combat hatred in the world today, a rise in anti-Semitism, which is petrifying in the United States, we need to look no further than at these people who survived the most difficult of times, sit with them and learn from them. And this is what we do as a foundation, is, you know, each of these people that I sit with and I have the opportunity to speak to and listen to and understand, they only have one wish, and that's that we never forget what happened to them and that we ensure that it doesn't happen again, not just to us, but to anybody. Thank God, as a Jewish people, we're a strong people today. We've got the state of Israel, we have strength, but horrors are happening to others. It's enough to look at what's happening to the Uyghur community in China, to Christians in the Middle East. We all need to stand up and fight against this evil and hatred wherever we see it and however we see it.
We must. Let me ask you this before we go. You mentioned a rise in anti-Semitism that we have seen. Where is that coming from? Why are we seeing that all of a sudden?
It's deeply problematic, and we're not just seeing it in the United States. We're seeing it truly all around the world. History does repeat itself. And this is why learning history is so important. And we're getting there, unfortunately, again, just this week in Canada as well. Huge uptick in anti-Semitic attacks and problems and issues in the United States. I don't even need to talk about it because we all know truly how bad it is. I was with a group of Orthodox Jews 2 weeks ago in Poland. We just visited the concentration camps. They told me, Johnny, we think we got 15 years left in America. More than that, we don't think that we're going to be able to be here for that much longer. Because of this uptick, because of this fear and this hatred that's being pushed against us as a people. And unfortunately, it's coming from a lot of different places. It's easy to turn around and saying it's the squad and all the people there, but it's people from all sides. And we really need to fight and combat this, because the Jews have always historically been the canary in the coal mine. When it gets bad for us and we're persecuted, it's always somebody else next.
We must remember. So thank you for helping us do that and sharing these powerful stories with us here tonight. It's great to have you on set.
Thank you.
All right, well, on the topic of holy text, last night we told you